Hi there. It's day 3 of our Read the Bible in chronological order, the entire Bible in 1 year. Let's jump over there. And today it's Genesis 8 through 11. Remember that it just finished raining for 40 days and 40 nights. Noah was in the ark with all the animals. They were the only living things on earth. I imagine the fish didn't have too hard of a time, but because he didn't have to take any fish with him. And the earth had been completely covered with water with no land for 150 days. So he was in there for a long time, right? A long time, months and months. Not 40 days and 40 nights. That's just the rain. Let's start. But God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and the water subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of the heavens were closed. The rain from the heavens was restrained, and the waters receded from the earth continually. At the end of 150 days, the waters abated. And in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month. Got that? Now, the months back then started in like April, so. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat, and the waters continued to abate until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. Yeah, and this one doesn't mention the dove and all that, but at the end of 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark he had made and sent forth and see, this is a raven. A raven. It went to and fro until the waters were dried up from the earth. Then he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters had subsided from the face of the ground. But the dove found no place to set her foot, and she returned to him to the ark. For the waters were still on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her and brought her into the ark with him. He waited another 7 days, and again sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came back to him in the evening, and behold, in her mouth was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had subsided from the earth. Then he waited another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, and she did not return to him any more. She flew away. Now, do you find it interesting that olive leaf, that the waters were over the earth, and within a matter of months, there was a whole tree growing? Like God's creating things all over again. Okay? It takes longer for something to grow from a flood. So that's kind of significant. So the dove is gone. In the 601st year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, the waters were dried off the earth. The 601st year. In the first month. And Noah removed the covering from the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. In the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth had dried out. Then God said to Noah, Go out from the ark, you and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you, of all flesh, birds, and animals, of every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may swarm on the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out, and his wives and his sons with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that moves on the earth went out by families from the ark. They all went out. Wow. God's covenant with Noah. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings to the altar. Wow. And when the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, the Lord said in his heart, I will never again curse the ground because of man, for the intention of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I ever again strike down every living creature as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night, shall not cease. Right? Now it says right here, God promised to never destroy the earth. Man cannot usurp that promise. Lots of threats. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every bird of the heavens, upon everything that creeps on the ground, and all the fish in the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. See, now he says this to Adam too, okay? You, humans, are the rulers of all animals, plants, bugs, birds, fish on the earth. Okay? It's kind of repeating the whole Adam and Eve thing. Right? Every morning, every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. I like this. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. There's a lot of laws out. Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this, don't eat that. But he says right here, every moving thing that lives on earth shall be food for you. And he said that to Paul, too, when Paul didn't want to eat. Paul, a lot of his missionary was to the Gentiles, and he didn't want to eat their food because it's Jewish law says you can't eat that. And God sent a vision to him where he lured all these animals, kill and eat any of these. And he said no, and then God said, don't call anything cursed that I have blessed. And it says it right here. They should have known that. Okay? And as I give you the green plants, I give you everything, but you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood, and your lifeblood I will require a reckoning. From every beast I will require it, and from man, from his fellow man, I will require a reckoning of the life for man. Wow. That's confusing. Let's read that again. And as I gave you the green plants, I give you everything. But you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. That means you can't eat things that are alive, okay? That's just... Okay? When you kill an animal to eat it, you're supposed to drain its blood first and wait till the blood is drained. Okay? And for your lifeblood I will require a reckoning. From every beast I will require it, and from man, from his fellow man, I will require a reckoning for the life of man. So, whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For God made man in his own image. Got that? Whoever sheds the blood of a man, by man his blood shall be shed. That's kind of, what does that say about capital punishment? It says it will happen. I have to remember that. Genesis 8:6. And you, be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth and multiply in it. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, Behold, I establish my covenant with you and your offspring after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every beast on the earth with you, as many as came out of the ark, for it is for every beast on the earth I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for all future generations. I have set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. God said to Noah, This is a sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. He's talking about the rainbow. Okay? They do a lot of stuff with rainbows now, and some people try to steal it, but if you notice, God's rainbow has 7 colors. The rainbows they use for other things, I will put, other symbols, that one only has 6 colors. Okay? It's not the true rainbow. God's number is 7. Satan's number is 6. Noah's descendants. The sons of Noah went forth from the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the people of the whole earth were dispersed. Everybody came from Noah. Got that? Noah began to be a man of the soil. He planted a vineyard. He drank of the wine and became drunk and lay uncovered in his tent. Uh-oh. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both of their shoulders, and walked backward and covered the nakedness of their father. Oh, they didn't want to see it, so they took a garment and walked backwards and covered him up. Their faces were turned backwards, and they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his youngest son had done, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers." Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness and told his two brothers outside. He also said, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant." Yeah. So, because Canaan's kids saw him drunk and naked, he cursed Canaan. Well, that's interesting. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. All the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. 950 years. Wow. Nations descended from Noah. Now, this is going to be very long, and we'll probably not read every single one, but we'll cover it lightly. These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, sons who were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer, which was the sons of Japheth: Ashgapheth, and Tamora. The sons of Japhan, Elisha, Takish, Githim. From these coastland people spread their lands, each with his own language, by their clans in their nations. The sons of Ham: Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The son named Egypt. And the sons of Cush, first son of Ham. Now this is where Canaan is. Right? Sheba, Havilah, Shabbath, Ramah, Shebaga. The sons of Ramah: Sheba, Dan, and Cush. Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first on earth to be a mighty man. What's that note there? Yes, Nimrod. Everybody heard of Nimrod, right? He was a mighty hunter for the Lord. Therefore it said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. Right? The beginning of his kingdom was Babel. Nimrod, Babel, remember that? Erech, Akkad, Calneh, the land of Shinar. From that land he went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rebohath, Lur, Canaan, Calah, Arisha, between Nineveh and Calah. This is the great city. Egypt fathered Liddim, Anahem, Libidum, Dividum, Parthruzim, Cassalim, from whom the Philistines came. And Caphtorim. Canaan fathered Sidon and his firstborn Heth. Now, Canaan was the one that he said would serve the other ones, right? And the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Arkites, and the Sinites, the Anavites, and the Semarites, and the Hemorites. Afterward, the clans of the Canaanites dispersed. And the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gerar as far as Gaza, and in the direction of Sodom, Gomorrah, Adam, Zebulun, and as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. Well, to Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, and the elder brother of Japheth, the children were born. The sons of Shem: Elam, Asher, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram: Uz, Hul, Gether, Mash, Arpachshad, I can't say that, fathered Shelah. Shelah fathered Eber, the To Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan fathered Alamdad, Salapheth, Hamerzedadis, I'm not even saying these, Hadaram, Uzal, Dika, Obal, Amadol, Sheba, Ophir, Zabah, and Jacob. All these were sons of Joktan. The territory in which they lived extended from Mesha in the direction of Zephar to the hill country of the east. These are the sons of Shem by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. And they just went all over the earth, didn't they? These are the clans of Noah, according to their generations, in their generations, and from these nations spread abroad on the earth after the flood. Okay? Well, now let's get something. Now we know that Nimrod founded Babel. Mighty man. Now the whole earth had one language and the same words. And as people migrated from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly," bake them, right? And they had hard brick for stone and bitumen for mortar. They said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed over the face of the whole earth." And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of man had built. And the Lord said, "Behold, they are one people, and they all have one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do, and nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Come, let us go down there and confuse their language, so that they may not understand one another's speech." So the Lord dispersed them from there over the face of all the earth, and they left off building the city. Therefore its name is called Babel, because the Lord confused the language of all the earth. And from there the Lord dispersed them over the face of all the earth. That's why they call somebody babbling, if they don't know what they're saying. And something that interesting caught me here. Behold, they are one people, nothing they will do. And the Lord said, "Behold, they are one people, nothing. They have one language, and this is only the beginning of what they will do. Now, nothing they propose to do will be impossible for them." So, and people always talk about love and peace and a new world order and one government and one world. It says right here, God will not have it. Okay? Think he won't come down and split everything apart again? I think he would. Shem's descendants. Look. More genealogy. These are the descendants of Shem. When Shem was 100 years old, he fathered Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he fathered Arpachshad 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Arpachshad had lived 35 years, he fathered Shelah. And after that, he fathered Shelah 403 years and had other sons and daughters. Shelah lived 30 years and fathered Eber, and lived another 403 years and had sons and daughters. Eber lived 34 years and fathered Peleg. You know, they're having birth younger and younger now. And Eber lived, after he fathered Peleg, 430 years and had other sons and daughters. Peleg lived 30 years, he fathered Reu, and we're going somewhere with this, right? Peleg lived another 209 years. When Reu had lived 32 years, he fathered Serug, and he lived another 207 years, and they all had more kids, it says, right? When Serug had lived 30 years, he fathered Nahor, and Serug lived 200 years after that. When Nahor lived 29 years, he fathered Terah, and Nahor lived 119 years after that. When Terah had lived 70 years, he fathered Abram, Nabor, and Harah. Abram, we've heard that name, right? Terah's descendants. Okay. Terah came all the way up from Shem. Okay. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah fathered Abram, Nahor, Naran, and Haran fathered Lot. Heard of Lot, have you? His youngest fathered Lot. Haran died in the presence of his father Terah in the land of his kindred in Ur of the Chaldeans. And Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai. You heard of her, right? And the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and Isaac. Now Sarai was barren, she had no child. Terah took Abram, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his grandson, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth together from Ur of the Chaldeans to go into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. The days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Well, so, lots of genealogy there, okay? Some interesting little clues about how God would not like a one-world government and one-world people, because they get basically too big for their britches, you know. Lots of genealogy. And we've traced all the nations down, and they're all over the earth, and all the languages, and rainbows, you know, the colors of the rainbows. So, there you have it. That's 8 through 11. Tomorrow we'll probably get into, let's have a look here, next day. No, see, next day we start with Job. Remember, these are in chronological order, so we've kind of finished up with Noah and the descendants and Lot, and probably get back to that. But remember, this is chronological in order of which its stories and events occurred, so it's going to jump around. But we will cover the entire Bible by the end of the year. And to be honest, I've never done this before. You know, the whole Bible in a year. I mean, I have read the whole Bible from cover to cover, and you know, many times, but this will be interesting. So, that's January 3rd, day 3 of our 365 days. Hope you're getting something out of it. You know, if something else that stood out to you, let me know. And give us a like. And we'll continue this. So, until next time, see ya.